Good afternoon. Welcome back to Music Scrap. The musical scrapper decided to do another page prompt while I was sitting here and not starving yet because I had such a big breakfast at lunchtime. Brunch. I'm not starving yet, so I had a few peanuts in between my two recordings here, and so I'm ready to keep going and do another page. Now, this is a little more challenging page as far as the background goes. The prompt, sorry, brain freeze there. The prompt is SOAR, and on Paint My Photo, I found this photo. It's hard to see the bird. The bird's looking straight on. It's hard to see the detail because of the glow. But he's right over the water, so you can see the reflection of the trees and stuff in the water. So that is the one I am going to work on. And I think I'm going to draw the bird. And I am attempting with the rest of this journal, I'm practicing my own drawing skills and I'm trying not to trace. So, and I think since the background is so it's fuzzy, but there's so much detail in the background, I think I'm going to mask off the bird. Yeah, I'm going to mask off the bird while I work on the background because the bird really has quite a bit of white. So, oh, hold on. There seems to be something on this page. So what I think I'm going to do is just do the outline shape of the drawing for right now so that I can mask it off. And then when I'm ready to paint the bird, I will draw in the other details that I need. Went up a little too high with that. Ah. Where did my other eraser go? I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so that side's better, so this side has to be a little longer. So let's move over here and zoom in a little bit. Okay, so... All right, so let's get some. Hey, Ange. Not sure if you can. There you go. You can see the pencil there. So I have to mask this off. Hey, Carrie Ann, nice to see you. Oh yeah, speaking of smoking and stuff and drinking, I am extremely glad as a kid I chose not to smoke or drink, because with my addictive personality, food is my drug of choice, and yes, it will eventually kill me still, but a lot slower, or maybe a lot more suddenly, which, hold on, I'm looking for my, oh, I forgot to take my grilled cheese. I have to use some of them I'm keeping for stocking stuffers, because there's 10 in the pack. I'm not going to need 10. All right. This is the first time it ever stuck. I don't like banging this because you're not supposed to shake. I'm going to end up with bubbles. Oh. All right. Good thing I'm sort of strong still. I've got to take it out of the cover. A lot of bubbles in there now, dang it. I don't know why so much got on into the lid of this, because I don't shake it. Unless it fell, probably fell over on my desk. I just don't remember it falling over on my desk. It must have. And then it got on the lid and then it stuck. So I'll try and get that all so it won't stick next time. There. Hopefully. All right, I should have cleaned that out after I put it on the... While it was drying. Well, I've got to clean my palette and mix my paints for this anyway. So, actually I may not have to, because I need green, and then I need that same gray, blue gray that I used. I may have to add a little more ultramarine though, so it's a little more bluey gray. But okay, see what old brush I have here that I can use. I don't know, maybe my larger one and my smaller one may work. Let's see. I usually use my clay things, so for the smaller areas I'll use the smaller one. So I have added just a smidge of alizarin crimson paint to my... I saw it on a YouTube video. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, Anna. Ooh, what is her name? She's an amazing Russian watercolorist. The one who did that cool beach video that I used as inspiration on a stream. So I'm doing the whole bird here so I can not worry when I'm doing the background about painting around the bird, because it's water with tree reflections and I don't want to have to worry about going around the bird drawing. I use it fairly thick because I would rather use too much and completely protect my work than not put enough on and end up not protecting it like I need it to. So, alright, I think I can switch over to my larger one now. My larger one still comes to a good point, so I can still go along my pencil line nicely. Yes. Yes, Debbie. They're the clay, molding clay thingies. Yeah. I bought them specifically for my... Then you don't have to worry about ruining brushes. So I have like 2 round and 1 small flat. It was a set of 3 that I bought. So... Yeah, but it's not real life. It's not real time, Ange. It's not real life. My mom's house on Google still has the green siding green. It's original green. My sister painted it blue, they painted it blue, like 8 years ago maybe. So the Google car hasn't been back since they originally put it on Google Maps. But you know what was really fun? One night on Stickum, really late night Stickum, way back when we had Stickum, there were several of us from the UK. Julia was one of them, and Fran, and Sherry was still in Chicago then, not Las Vegas. And who else was there? There was me. I think Robin, Canadian Robin, was there. Who else was there? I don't know, there was 8 or 10 of us there. And we went all around the world and found everybody's house. Because it was only us. We were in a private video room. So we shared our addresses, and we went and found each other's houses. Okay. Then I just use a baby wipe to clean the tips. I still overdo how much I put in there. Still put way too much in. Uh-oh. Well, it didn't even land upside down. I don't know how much of it spilled, but that doesn't matter. It's not like my desk is neat anyway. Eesh. It fell off my little ledge that I put it on. Okay. Alright, so I'll mix more. I'm going to need quite a bit more sap green. I'm going to need some sap green mixed with some Pyrrole red to make it a darker green. Okay, I'm going to move this over here just so I don't splatter all over my page and get green where I... I'm just getting the paint out of my brush there before I put it in my water. Okay, so Pyro Red, I need to spray it. Even though it's just new in the palette, it's still needs a little bit of water. So I'm gonna put some of the Pyro Red up here because I don't know how much. I'm still not quite used to my grams, so I'm gonna put some up there so I don't put too much in at once. Hope I don't. So that gives me my darker green. I may have to test that because that may be too brown. Let's see. I may have too much. Yeah, see it's a lovely burnt umber though. Ooh, that's good to remember. So my sap green, I need to make a note of that somewhere. That makes a lovely burnt umber, a lovely brown. It's not really a burnt umber. This is burnt umber. A lovely neutral brown. Have to remember that. It needs more green put back in it. I don't like to ever put a dirty brush into my paints, especially when they're see if I got it to green enough. Yeah, that's a nice green, I think. That's a good green. Let's test it next to the sap green just to make sure. Yeah, that's a good dark. Okay. And then I think this blue gray is going to be okay. Let's test it. And test it with my smaller brush though, so I don't waste it. Put my clay shapers away. I may have to mix more. I don't know if I have enough for the bird. But let's test that was the color. I think I need to add a little. I do. I need to mix a little more. I need to add a little blue. So let's mix a little bit more. So this was burnt sienna. I'm going to add some water. I love color mixing. I love color mixing. All right. So my burnt sienna, I can't remember if I said burnt umber or burnt sienna. I meant burnt sienna. And my ultramarine blue. And that's not enough ultramarine. Clean my brush each time so that I don't take that color I'm mixing into the ultramarine, especially since they're still wet. Because I just put them in my palette. Oops, that's too much, Jean. Got a blob. I don't need a blob. Okay. Let's see if nah, that looks like I've got more of a blue-gray. Let's hope it's not too much the other way now. Let's hope it's not too blue. What I want is a blue-gray. Yeah. So now I've got more of a navy blue. So just a little bit of burnt sienna. Whoosh, Jean. But that's what this is all about. I'm still learning how strong my M-grams are. So I'm putting some around the edge there so I don't put it all in, and then I can add a little bit at a time. Now let's test it again. Oh, see? Now it's gone too much on the brown side. Oh, Jean! All right, this better be perfect. This better be perfect. Nope, it's still too gray. It's so scary, but it's only paint, right? Gotta use it to learn it. All right, that's going to be good. That is going to be good. I know it is. It's a little gray still, but I think what I'll do is just do a wash of blue over it if it's too gray. All right, this should be dry by now. It doesn't take long for it to dry. Oh, it's still a little wet. Still a little tacky in a couple of spots. Heat gun. Okay, and hugs. Rest well. Is it just a checkup for Ange tomorrow, or did I miss some news? I won't say anything on my stream. I'm just wondering with the chat. If someone can answer me in chat, I don't know if Ange is gone yet. Yeah, she is. Okay. Should be good. All right, so going in first with my half-inch, oh no, that's my fan brush. My half-inch silly brush. Eesh. Stay there. Get my bigger brushes out here again. All right, half-inch flat to do my wet. I could use my 1-inch flat, but oh, right. Dodging. The whole purpose of putting the masking fluid on was so that you could not worry about going around the bird, you silly girl. All right, so I'm going to leave that for a second, and then I'm going. This is the only thing I don't like about working in a journal is you can't tape down your pages, so they do bow on you. So you can see this is the photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wash in the sap green, which is the lightest colors here on this. And I am going to be using white watercolor, so it's not technically going to be a classic watercolor. I wouldn't be able to, since I'm using white, I wouldn't be able to enter this in a watercolor. I think I'm going to put the word SOAR on it anyway. So I wouldn't be able to use it in. But if I didn't put the word SOAR on it, because I'm going to use white for the sparkle of the water, I would not be able to enter it into a watercolor contest, because for watercolor competitions, etc., you have to use your paper for your white. Just for your information. Unless the contest specifically says you're allowed to use watercolor or gouache, then you can use white. But most watercolor competitions would not allow you to use. All right, so I'm going to go in with my number 11 round with my sap green. And do a light wash. I'm going horizontal because this is going to be water, so you want your strokes to go horizontal, because water always levels itself out on the horizon horizontally. So now I'm going to take a little sap green and I'm going to mix it in with this nickel quinacridone gold to get a nice light green, a lighter green here. I think I might have to add, I should have used my smaller brush, because then I would control how much of green went in, so I need to add a little more nickel. I'm going to try and get it in here before this dries, because there's an area here that is that more lighter green color. All right, I'm gonna dry that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh dear Debbie. Don't drop me. Please. Don't drop me. Actually, I think I need to mix some with my azo yellow. Needs to be brighter still. I think I'm going to mix that spot needs to be just a little bit more yellowy. All right, I need baby white because I need to mix one other color. So I need to mix some sap green with my azo yellow, I think, so that it's a little brighter. That didn't really do a whole lot. So let's mix my sap green with azo yellow. Or should I just mix? All right, I'm going to keep that for another green color, but I think I need to mix my... All right, so I'm going to go to my chart. So I need to mix my cool blue. So cerulean blue with my azo yellow is going to give me the green I want. So my cerulean blue is this middle one. So my cool blue with my cool yellow will give me that bright lime green that I want. Okay, I've got it to a teal, so I need more yellow. I'm like, which one was I mixing this in? I'm closer. See, the blue is much more potent. It's still easier to go from blue to yellow though, because to add blue to the yellow instead of yellow to the blue, it is harder. Although this is taking quite a bit of yellow. I'm going to have to save it and use it on another page. There we go. That's the color I want. A nice light leaf green. All right. All right. I'm going to use my medium round color here. My number 7 round. Oh, Jillian, the prompt is SOAR. And I know this doesn't look like a verb, but it is. Here's the reference photo. I may not put the word SOAR on this because if it turns out nice, I'm not going to want the word SOAR on it. So this green was made with blue with yellow, so it should go over this nicely. I should have done this layer first for this lighter area, but I didn't, so I have to work with what I've got since I didn't do it like I should have. So now I'm going to go in with a clean brush and work the shape here a little bit. Remember, the picture's inspiration. I'm not gonna get it exactly the same. So I'm working wet on dry now. Just trying to get this yellow greeny color in. And I used way too much, so I've got to see if I can lift some of that up. There we go. That's better. That's the color I want. I didn't have enough water in it. I'm just using a baby wipe. Alright, so now let's start with my darks to get this looking like... Oh, I also need... I didn't get my Azo Gold. I need some Azo Gold for the like tree trunks or whatever is showing here. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Fine Detail 000 brush to add these what look like branches or tree trunk reflections right above the bird here. All right, gonna go in All right. Let's do the medium green next. Oh, need to add some water to that. I'm going to kind of do small sections here. Go in with darker. Might be too dark for this side. I could spread it. I want to do this small section at a time if I can, so that it stays wet, because you want the water waves to be soft. I'm getting a glare. Sorry, guys. I'm getting a glare, so you guys aren't quite seeing it work as well as I am here. Oh, darn it. I have to plug in my iPad. Just a minute. Take it out of my phone. Put it in my iPad. All's good. All right. Bye, Debbie. Thanks, Orla. Good. I'm making Orla want to get her paints out and paint. Way to go, Jean. Okay, so I'm going to let that up there dry. Although I'm still not liking that tree area. We'll see what happens. Let's add a couple of places of dark down here. So I'm just trying to be light with my brush. And I've gone a bit too far, so I need to pick up a little bit here. A little too much dark. I think I need to add a little bit of this in here. Actually, in a couple of areas, if I add some of this in, it'll help, I think. Alright, I need to get some more just sap green out here. Ooh. Well, that's a little too much, Jean. That's gonna need more water. Okay. Oh, no wonder. Oh, Lord. I need this brush. Ah, no one. I was wondering why I was getting too much dark down there. I was using the whole wrong brush. Okay, I'm going to try adding a little bit more of this light in. I don't really need more light. Not in this area. No, I think I'm good. I just need to use my thin brush here to get my... I was using the wrong silly brush. Like, no wonder I wasn't getting what I wanted. Huh. I was like, how come it worked better up there? Gotta watch with these thin brushes because you've got to keep them wet, or the paint won't leave your brush if you don't have it wet. It's working better. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Didn't even look close enough to realize I had the wrong brush in my hand. Oops. Oh, yay, Orla, you got a cuddle bug? Way to go. I guess I didn't realize that you... Oh, you know what, Orla, I was thinking? Someone was asking the other day. Who was asking? Was it you, Kia? Was it you, Jillian? Who was asking whether you can do embossing with the Cameo? I had a brilliant idea. I know people who used to turn their blades upside down with their Cricut to do embossing and just put a thin, what do you call it? A thin piece of silicone, and I have some stamp material that might work because it's very thin, but it's silicone, right? And I was thinking that if I used, like, I have the pen attachment for my Cameo so that I can use Bic markers or any pen and write. And I was wondering if, instead of putting a pen in, if I put in my embossing tool, one of my embossing, these things, and used a piece of silicone underneath my paper, and used this is in the pen thing, I'm going to test it out and see if I can emboss with my Cricut, with my Cameo. I'm going to see if it'll work, because I know you can do it with a Curio, but I don't want a Curio. If I buy another machine, it'll be the Cameo 3, but I probably won't do that either. But, yeah, so I was thinking I'm going to try that with my Cameo, and I don't think it'll hurt it. It'll just either work or it won't. Now for this area, because I want it to be lighter, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the ripples of the water with the plain sap green instead of the darker. The darker areas are actually, this is all tree reflections, so in the water. So I'm trying to make it look like water. is so cute. Oh my gosh. Obviously, I'm not trying to do every wave look exactly like the reference photo. I'm just trying to make it. It's just a reference. It's a guide to inspire my version of the photo. Especially when it's water, right? I mean, you're not going to completely duplicate. Well, I guess some people can. I'm not going to duplicate every little wave and in water. I'm just trying to create that. Once again, you have to look at it from a distance to get the All right, my sisters are texting me, so I have to answer and tell them that I am still streaming and painting. My older sister's still too sick to go see Mom. On top of her vertigo and everything else, she's got a cold. So she hasn't been to see Mom in like a week and a half. So my younger sister and her husband came down on Sunday, though, to go in and see her. So at least she had company. I'm going to go to my next step up size brush here to get a little more paint on here. Come on, gotta do it while it's wet, Jean. Ah, now I ruined this section. Second, I need my bigger brush. Where's my other brush? Whoa, caught it. Wow, that was my iPad. Fell off my shelf here. I forgot I've got the wire in front of me. Maybe I should put it behind my painting. But then it's going to be in the way of my... hold on. It's twisted. Just a minute. Wire's twisted. Let's untwist the wire. Alright, did my chat freeze, or is Orla the last one who spoke 10 minutes ago? Let's refresh my chat just to make sure. I always get a little paranoid when people don't talk. Ah, there we go. Sorry I wasn't talking back, but my chat froze on me. Well, I know there is for the curio, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do a little research. I was talking about embossing with my cameo, so now that I've ruined this area here, I'm going to go in with more wet, dark. This is a pretty dark area anyway in the photo because there's a tree. It's a reflection of a tree. And then I'm going to go in. Oh darn, I just put that in my clean water, but I don't think I had. Gonna go in with some of the regular sap green here and kind of fix it a little bit. That's pretty good. It's not too bad. And go in with some of this lighter green here. It's a little more opaque because it was mixed with a yellow and a blue. Oh, see that? See how opaque it is because of the yellow? You need to go back in with some dark there. That's okay though, because that's going to give that part contrast. So that's good. That's good, Jean. With a clean brush and kind of fade that in a little bit. Okay. Not bad. That gives me a nice dark spot there. Okay. Now this corner. And then I can do the bird. What do you think, guys? All right, I think I'm ready to dry. All right, keep going. Yeah, I mean with my Cameo, not my embossing folders with my Big Shot. Yeah. I mean to be able to emboss on like metal, tape, or even paper with my Cameo. That doesn't look like water anymore. When I look on camera, it looks terrible. It looks better in real life. Oh, I didn't add my white sparkles. I need to do my white sparkles. Oh, that looks awful. Looks better in real life. A little better. Anyway, need to add my white sparkles. So my two smaller brushes and my white paint, and I'm going to go right in with it right out of the palette because I want it to be. So let's do the small ones first. I could have done this with, I should have thought ahead and done it. I could have done it with masking fluid, but I'm going to try and make it look like it's on, you know, the top of the ripples. No, I'm not going to splatter Eileen, so don't even suggest it. This works just as well as splatter. These ones here are a little more fuzzy, so I'm not going to leave them as solid. Alright, now I'm gonna heat gun my background because before you take off your you need to make sure you're dry here. Oh, people are leaving. Thanks to thanks, Amy. I think some of my ripples are too fat, and I think that's what I'm not liking when I look at yours. Look at it on there, but I think around it is dry. So I'm going to take off my, this is always fun. Some of the green went through, but I'm going to erase that off. I'm going to use my magic eraser. I had a feeling that that spot was not quite solidly covered. I'm going to use this, yes. So it's very similar to the Mr. Clean, but I think I don't know if Mr. Clean actually had, the Mr. Clean eraser has chemicals in it too for cleaning or not. Okay, since even my clean water is a little bit dirty at the moment, I'm going to use my spritzer to wet this to see if I can get the rest of that green color up off that. Oh, silly fly. Ah, one dang house fly driving me batty for like 2 weeks. I didn't think they lived that long. Oh. Huh. Chat is repeating itself. Is it repeating for you guys? Because Dar just said bye to Ange again, and Jillian just said that she has her hamburger and cucumber salad again. That's hilarious. It's hard to tell what is chat and what isn't. Okay, so I am going to use my smallest brush now because I need to leave some white. Now I'm using that gray-blue mix that I mixed. Okay, I'm going to dry this section here where I cleaned off the green. Because I want to work wet on dry for this bird. Gotta watch your ferrule. Don't want to drop drips and drops. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see a little better what I'm working on the feathers. Oh, I think that's as far as it's gonna zoom. Oh, I have to use my smaller brush. It's in my mouth here. Okay, so trying to get this right here. Turn it upside down to get the shapes from here. Went a little too dark on these wingtips, so I'm just trying to pick up a little bit of that. That's better. All right, Dr. Dot, see you. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, no wonder, Dot, it's late. Heavens to Betsy. So I just made a little mix where I added a little bit more blue to some and a little more ultramarine. Because up on the top here, definitely more blue. Didn't quite leave enough. I wonder if I can fix that. Where's my... I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. Okay, I need to go back to my small brush here. Gonna draw around my white shapes that I have to leave here with the blue watercolor so that I don't forget. Alright, so he needs dark eyes, one right there, and one right here. Uh-oh, his eye ran. Oops. Alright, so this is all blue. Try and keep it out of his nose. See, I should have drawn it in before I started adding paint. Dang it all. To get my first layer of blue on here. Bluish gray, I should say. need to use my bigger brush for this. Spread this. Carry on. He's totally messed up there where his eye was supposed to be. I should have just left. Alright, there's not enough of him left. I gotta take some of this green off. I didn't get my proportions done very well when I drew the outline of him. Okay, hold on. I think I'm gonna trim off some of this because it's pretty dirty. I want to clean it up. Take it down, back down to a point, but take the dirty stuff off. Okay. Spray it. I wonder if I'll have better control. It might lift okay with this brush. Let's try this brush. I might have better control of the shape if I use this brush. I think the brush is harsher on the paper though. See if I can use my white to fix that up. I'm going to put white where this eye got messed up too. Then I'm going to dry it and fix that part. Alright, let's heat gun and dry that. Welcome back, Dot. Now get to sleep, you. She talks about me not getting enough sleep. Jeesh. I need another layer of white on that. But that's okay. That can be done. Easy enough. Need to spritz my white a little bit again. The white dries a lot quicker than in the palette than the other colors from when I filled it. Doing a repair job. I'll fix it. Mr. Fix-It. Miss Fix-It. That was a Canadian show, Mr. Fix-It. Used to... The original home improvement show. In Canada, anyway. Oh no, his nose is gone too. Ah! I have to put his nose back in. It bled. I didn't even wet the nose part. Well, I didn't think I did. Or it shouldn't say his nose, his beak. No idea what kind of bird he is that has a white beak. Or a white looking beak anyway. Maybe Ooh, sorry. Okay. Alright, let's try this face part again. Face and body. Alright, his body's not nearly fat enough, first of all, but oh well. Try this again. I like the way that wing worked out. The wing worked out really well. Well. Alright. Alright, let's do that eye before I go and do anything else. Or at least the first layer of his eye. And then I'm going to dry it. Now let's get working again with the blue here. His face and his body. Alright. Let's try that part. Now I need to add a little wee bit more blue to the part that goes out and around the head. So it's a little bit darker than the head. So I need to take a little more ultramarine and mix it in that mix. And that's gonna go around this area here. And right down along here. Now I need to take a little ultramarine. I'm just going to do it on top of the palette here because I don't need a whole lot. And I need to mix it with my red. Oh, and my wire's in the way for my... Oh, to pull my iPad off again. Sorry, I'm trying to make my wire long enough. I guess I should have my long wire out here and my shorter one in my bedroom. Okay, hold on. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Carrie Ann. Well, I want to do, because the bird is so, and this wing is way too long. Ugh, oh well. Whatever. Oh yeah, sorry, I was mixing, I got distracted. I need some red. I need to, trying to mix a black, no, sorry, not red. I need to mix a black, so I want some burnt sienna. No, I need to more. I used too much burnt sienna, dang it all. I knew I did. I'm already trying to mix a little wee bit. That's actually pretty perfect. It got a nice, almost a Payne's gray color, so that's kind of perfect for what I need. All right, time to move on to the wings here. All right, so now I'm back to my gray blue. Gotta keep my two brushes in my hand here. Need to leave it till I get my little feather lines here. Just a second. I have to check my tweets. There's like 11 tweets. A second. My cousin wants me to text my candy apple to her because she's bowling and oops. Okay, sorry, I'm still fast forward a little bit further. I'm trying to check my texts here. Oh no, my sister's dog. Oh no. Oh. My sister's dog got hit by a car and died before she got her to the vet. Oh, poor Nova. Oh no, poor Elisa opened the gate and let Nova bolted down the stairs. Oh, and the car was going too fast. They slowed down but then kept going, and they had more than enough time to see her. Oh my gosh. The people didn't even stop. Janet was out on the road looking at the car when, oh, what's so sad. Poor Poor Nova. Poor Janet. Just a second. I need to ask her one more question. Okay, I hope she's not driving. Then she had to turn around and drive to Halifax with the kids. She was getting the kids in the car to drive them back to Halifax. And she put Nova out to go to the bathroom, and Elisa went out on the step and opened the gate, and Nova got out. Okay, back to my painting. Sorry, I've got to concentrate on my painting now. Darn it. Oh. More bad news too. One of my profs from university has terminal brain cancer. He didn't treat me very nicely as a prof. He was the prof who told me he didn't think I should be a teacher because of my visual impairment. And then when I met him several years later and was teaching full-time in Ontario at the time, and he was like totally shocked that I had a full-time teaching job. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yes, really? Idiot. Anyway. Whatever. Little too much on my brush on that one, Jean. Thanks. Good night, Orla. Night, Dot. She's probably already sound asleep. She's gone. Jen, are you still cleaning away? I need to take some of that paint. I need to take some of that color away, and it should have been blue that I added there, not the gray. Let's see, find a clean spot on my baby wipe. It's not too wet, but it might take some of that out. Should have really used this. I'm going to add more water to this blue one to get a paler wash here. Oh, I better use my smaller detail brush. Eesh, almost done. Almost done. I don't think I'm going to put a word on it. I like it just like this without the SOAR. I'll put the prompt number on it, and then I'll know. I'll be able to reference and know that it was SOAR. Okay, and my massage therapist sister hurt her foot, so they're sitting at the ER. Yeesh. Heat gun. His head still doesn't look quite right. I've got too wide a blue there, but I don't know if I can add any more white there. Okay. Yeah, Gene Wonder, don't know what you're doing there. Okay. Well, I have, so I'm going to zoom back so you guys can get a better view of it here before I stop the recording. Because you really have to see it. And I'll put it down flat. Or more flat anyway. I'll put it flat. From a distance it looks more like water. I don't know why it doesn't need to autofocus, but anyway. So there we go. Woohoo! Sorry, my it's slipping and sliding. Well, Jillian, I have the list here. I need to make a tab for it. But I have the list here. I have the prompt list here. So I'm putting the prompts numbers on the page. So SOAR is prompt 8. This one I forgot to put the prompt on it, prompt 6. So I'm still way behind, still 5 days behind. Or, no, 6 days behind. But I'm between my knitting. Oh, I'll show you guys my knitting. Prompt 6. So, those are tonight's. So let me stop the recording. There we go. Sorry, I lost my crock, fell off my foot. So if you watched the recording, thank you so much. I apologize for the interruptions, but sometimes you have to take texts from family.